Hello out there in YouTube and Facebook land. This is Greg. I'm creating a video. It's a tour of my drum set. I've done this twice already, but my kit has changed significantly in the last couple years, more or less, and I've created a setup that kind of caters to the alternative type rock music that I've been playing for the last year and a half, and I want to give you guys an update of that. Right now it's approximately 1:45 in the AM in the morning, and I obviously am not going to be able to play in this video, so I apologize for that. You can refer to my other videos to how this kit sounds with the music, and some of my older videos it's just the drums by themselves, so you can check that on my YouTube channel if you like. And now let's get into the drums. It's still a Sonor SQ2 heavy birch set. It's a 20-inch kick drum, that hasn't changed. The snare drum down there, you can see through it. It's a 6.5 by 14 SQ2 acrylic snare. I thought it was a 6 by 14 in the last couple videos, and I apologize for that, but it is actually in fact a 6.5, and I just don't pay attention to gear like I used to. My left side snare right down there is a 4.25 by 12 inch. I use that occasionally, and my 4 rack toms are all 8 inches deep by 8, 10, 12, and 13. And down over here on the floors I've got 16 by 16, and my second floor tom is higher in pitch. It's actually a 14 by 14, and I rarely use 2 floor toms these days. I like to use the second floor tom when I have a stick in each hand on each floor tom and hitting them more or less at the same time. In drum world we would call that a flam, and that creates a big massive tom sound when I hit those 2 drums together. And it's an idea I got from one of my favorite rock drummers, a guy by the name of Shannon Leto, plays for 30 Seconds to Mars. And the cymbal setup is still the same. The miking the miking system is still the same, so we're not going to go into details about that. Now, the electronics, you can see those 3 black circles in front. Those are electronic drum pads. And over here, I've got 4 black electronic drum pads, and I got a white one right down here. Okay, there's 5 there in the aforementioned 3. And we move down over here. There's a pedal down here, and that triggers electronic bass drum sounds, marching bass drum sounds. I did a 30 Seconds to Mars song where I triggered a clapping sound with reverb on it, things like that. So it's a nice effect pedal to have. And the heads are Evans, of course, and I've got on the bass drum down there EQ2 clear with an EQ pad on both the front and the batter side, or on this side over here, that muffle it just a little bit. And the front is an EQ3 with a mic hole cut. Now the snare heads, I just discovered the G14s. I absolutely love those heads. Those are my go-to snare heads from now on. The bottom heads are, see what are they called? They're called the Genera 300s, I think was what they're called, the snare heads. The tom heads I just discovered recently are the Clear G2s. They have lots of attack, lots of punch, and a controlled sustain, and they really cut through the mix of heavy guitars, voices, things like that. So I love those heads. And the bottom side is the Genera resonant thin side heads. And as I said earlier, the cymbals and electronics are still the same, so we won't go into that. Now let's move around to the front of the kit. I'll move the camera very slowly so it might make you nauseous when you look at it on the computer. So let's go around to the front of the kit. Here we go, almost there. This thing here, this mounts my toms on here. That's pretty massive, well overly designed, but that's Sonor for you, but it's really nice. You can see the front view of the kit here. Now down here on my bass drum, this mic goes inside the drum and it picks up the attack or the sound of the beater hitting the head. It cuts through the music. This little device, it's called a Subkick. It has a speaker inside of it. Pins, I believe it's either pins 2 or 3 or pins 1 and 2 are reversed. So instead of the speaker moving energy outward, it's reversed now, and so it's going to take energy and bring it inward. It's going to be a reverse speaker. So when I hit that bass drum with my pedal, this front head will do that boom 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 boom. The sound of that boom boom sound, it will go into this speaker and it will go into my mixer, and I'll have it on 2 separate tracks. One for the attack, one for the tremendous low end. So that's a really nice invention. So I'll back off here, front view of the kit, and I'm going to sign off. And as I said earlier, I apologize. It's very early or late depending on your perspective, and I can't play. So thank you.